welcome to Geordieland 1892. Finally, I'm back. I've been missing for just over 2 weeks. Honestly, apologies. Just couldn't get anything up on here because what with work commitments, the Christmas was a bit of a mess for me in the sense that I was snowed under at work and only had the main days off. And I wanted to spend them with my family, and I hope you understand that. Obviously, during that time, myself and the lads haven't really been able to meet up. There's been a lot of problems with COVID here, so I've been trying to lay low a little bit. But like I say, even if we could, work commitments it's just been crazy. So anyway, we're back, and I'm looking forward to hopefully the rest of the Newcastle season, and let's hope that we can avoid relegation. Like that's the main thing. That's the number one question at the minute. Obviously, in the meantime, prior to this video, we took a bit of a battering off Manchester City there. We played the red off of Manchester, and we should have beat them, really. Absolutely brilliant. I thought Newcastle played absolutely exceptionally in that game. There was actually moments where the Manchester United players just looked bamboozled. They were finding it hard to cut a way in against us. It was quite unbelievable. I think it's probably the best game that we've played this season. Alan Sands maximum starting scoring off about 7 minutes, I believe. Great goal. Had a fantastic chance. Very soon after, could have put us 2-0 up. But, he stabbed at it, and he has somehow managed to gather it. Obviously, that game's gone. It's past. We right at the end, we were really pushing forward. We hit the post, Almiron, fantastic strike, but De Gea was obviously equal to it, made a great save. That's confined to the history books. We've got a 1-1 draw. I did believe that we should have got more out of that game. We should have won it. It's as simple as that. It was quite nice to see Cristiano Ronaldo spitting his dummy out and shouting at his teammates at the end, though I have to say that was worth it. But obviously, that's in the past, and obviously, during the Christmas period, we were supposed to play Everton at Goodison Park, and the game was cancelled, obviously due to COVID concerns and many injuries. I thought we were going to have to play away at Southampton, and that got postponed as well, much to the disapproval of quite a few people. It would seem, apparently, with us approaching the January transfer window with lots of cash, they sort of thought that this postponement of those two fixtures were well in our advantage, and they were actually. I'm really happy we didn't play them games, and I don't really care what anybody has to say. Tough. It's as simple as that. At least we can kind of regroup. Obviously, we've lost Callum Wilson for maybe a couple of months. Really bad calf injury, which is an absolute disaster, I have to say. So obviously the January transfer window, which is now open, it's January, and let's talk a little bit about that. Right, so the January transfer window is open. And Newcastle United have the cash to spend. We've been waiting for this moment since the takeover on October the 7th, 2021. And all we've wanted to be able to do is spend a little bit of money to bolster our team, bolster the squad. We need to spend money and reinforce some positions in the Newcastle United team. Obviously, the first name that's come out the hat, it looks pretty much like it's nailed on, that we're going to get Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier, who played under Eddie Howe at Burnley, then went to Tottenham, and then to Atletico Madrid. 35 caps for England. He's a right back. He can also play left back as well. He'll push. I think that would be an absolutely amazing signing. Still kind of, biting my nails and hoping that this actually pushes through. Now, I've heard that they're in advanced talks with him. It seemed as though the game he played the other night for Atletico Madrid, the way he was waving to the crowd, cuddling the players, and he did a massive lap of honour. It seems like it was his last game. It definitely seems that way from what I can see. Let's hope. Let's, fingers crossed that in the next few days we get that news. I think he would be a great addition to Newcastle United. He is 31 years old, but his desire to come back to the Premier League is well known. We also have on the radar apparently Sven Botman, and obviously Dutch player. He plays at Lille. Cash-strapped Lille at the moment are trying to offload players. They're in a bit of financial difficulty apparently, and they want about 30 million for him. At this moment in time, Newcastle could afford to pay more than that to get their man, but obviously it all depends on whether the player wants to come or not. It's all about that. A lot of reports have said that it's probably unlikely to happen, but I would like to see it. But that's kind of concrete speculation that I've heard. I don't really like to speculate about players too much because simply since Newcastle United were taken over, it must be 160 players or something now have been linked with the club. An absolutely ridiculous speculation from journalists. I have to say, pundits and journalists. It's just not realistic, especially at this moment in time when we're second bottom of the league. One win so far. A lot of these players they're not going to swap the comfort of some of the teams they're playing for to fight in a relegation battle. And that's the kind of players that we really, really need. We need warriors at the minute. We need players who are going to try and get us out of this mess we're in. An absolutely big, huge, bloody mess. I saw other players that have been linked with us at this moment in time, and I consider these serious players that we could be signing, is Joe Rodden. And at the moment he's playing at Tottenham. He's not getting many games there. It has been talked about that he could come on loan, and I think that might be a good signing. To be fair, to help us through this really dark hour. Obviously, I've also heard reports that Jason Denayer, who plays for Sunderland, he could be another player in our sights at this moment in time. Like I say, it's very, very difficult to attract players when you're second bottom of the league and you're fighting for your life. Obviously, any player that comes at the moment who has the mentality, who wants to fight for Newcastle United, you've got to take your hat off to them. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of cash in the wages there, but it's a risk. But I tell you what, if we can fight our way through and avoid this, get out of this relegation battle, it'll be amazing. And then from then on in, it's onwards and upwards from the summer. So the thing is Eddie Howe and his staff at the moment have a big task ahead of them. I've already said that. And I do believe in Eddie Howe. He's brought in some amazing players in the past in his career. He's found some great players. And I mean, Eddie Howe, Callum Wilson, at Bournemouth. Callum Wilson, he paid $3 million for him. He sold him on for £20 million. He scored 67 goals in 187 games. Matt Ritchie, who was obviously with us as well, he paid about £400,000 from Swindon for him. He obviously saw a shining light in him. And don't get me wrong, Matt Ritchie has been good for the club. He actually sold Matt Ritchie to us for £12 million. Aaron Ramsdale now plays at Arsenal. £1 million. He bought him in the end from Sheffield United. And he actually he was playing in the reserves at the time at Sheffield United, and he ended up selling him back to Sheffield United for £18.5 million. And then he moved on to Arsenal, obviously, after that. Nathan Ake is another player that he got from Chelsea. £20 million, and he sold him to Manchester City for £41 million. And he ended up winning the league with Manchester City there. And Josh King as well. Joshua King, £2 million. 48 Premiership goals in 125 games for Bournemouth. So he has got an eye. He has got an eye for players. Interestingly, Howe's kind of signings from abroad, his foreign signings, haven't always worked out too well. But when you're talking about English players, he kind of knows. He really does know what he's doing. Actually, when he ended up at Burnley, he brought in the likes of Charlie Austin, Ben Mee, Kieran Trippier, and he got Kieran Trippier for £400,000. You know what I mean? Pretty mad, really. And also Danny Ings. So all players who have gone on to do well. So he does know what he's doing, and it's just whether they're going to come to a team at the moment who are languishing at the bottom. I think he's got sway. I think he can persuade players to come in. And obviously, we've got until the 31st of January, but the quicker we can get people in, the better, and get them playing, because this is a very, very important month for us. Obviously, at the weekend, we're playing in the FA Cup. We're playing at home against Cambridge United. I'll do another video on that closer to the time. A good win there could lift massive morale for us, you know what I mean? But obviously, after that, we've got some really important games. And, a big game against Watford at St James's Park, we really need to get a result there. It is imperative that we get a result there. And then pretty much after that, Leeds United, we're away at Ellen Road. We need to get something from that. And then, let's not go too far ahead, but then we've got Everton. And we've got Everton at home. So it'll be Rafa Benitez coming back to St James's Park. So yeah, it's a massive month for Newcastle United, not only in the transfer market, but a massive month where we really can assess where we're going to be. By February, we'll really know what our fate is, really. I think it's a very tough one. It's a very, very tough one. Obviously, just to add, the saga is still going on about with James Tawaski, the Burnley player, defender. He actually apparently has said that he would like to come to Newcastle. But whether, that comes to fruition, I really don't know. We've been linked with other players like from Lazio, Manuel Lazzari. I have read in newspapers in Italy about Lazzari coming to Newcastle, and I've also read still there's a glimmer of hope about Aaron Ramsey. But, I've heard otherwise from the English papers. So, like I say, at the moment it's an open book, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens in the next days and weeks. Really, it would be amazing if we could get players in. Well, the quicker the better, and get them on the pitch, and help our cause at the minute. So I think really that's pretty much it from me today. I will be back very soon, hopefully celebrating the signing of Mr. Trippier. It was actually said by Simone, the Atletico Madrid player, that once a player wants to leave, it's very, very hard to keep them. If their mentality is set that they want to, like, especially when you want to move back to your home country from abroad, it's very, very hard to persuade somebody. And so let's hope that we can nail that signing, and nobody hijacks it. So anyway, look, that's it for me. Like I say, yet again, I wish you all a very happy new year to the viewers, subscribers, and hopefully better news is on the way for us. Hopefully a great January transfer window. Like I say, we can move on and start doing things, So that's it from me. Geordieland 1892. I'm out.